Taylor Swift is a link builder. There were rumors that she would get engaged. Our client said, let's give them a free wedding venue. And then we got them 50 links. That's digital PR.
Managing multiple clients or large websites? Automate your SEO with Ali AI. Start your free trial now.
Wix Studio, one end-to-end web creation platform for your agency to deliver exceptional work with absolute efficiency.
Hello everybody, I will show you how can you take advantage of servers to improve the SEO performance of any website. So first of all, we are going to start from the beginning. How many people here know what a server is? The beginning, hands up. Well, maybe I don't have to stay here. But, well, for the people who doesn't know it, when we have a computer and we want to connect to internet, we want to go to a website, a server is the computer that hosts the website. And we are going to speak about the web servers. The web servers are the programs, the software, who make possible that the website runs. I mean, if we are working with a website with PHP, with whatever code it is, the web server is the one who is going to run our program, who run our website. So here we have the most famous software, that is Apache, Nginx, Lightspeed, ISS. I will talk about ISS because it's the most special one, because it's in Microsoft holding. I don't know how to tell you. Sorry, I've been so many times without speaking English. But if you want to know how or what server you are running for, because maybe some of you doesn't know, you can do it, you can do it by 3 ways. You can use Webalizer, it's just a Chrome extension with another one, but you can use the website too, or you can use the DevTools, and if you check the headers, the most of the times, not all of them, you can check the servers they are using for. Sometimes some webs use some proxies, but if you have this doubt and you don't know how to do it exactly, just ask for your hosting. But it doesn't matter. Finally, if you have developers or you develop your website, you should know what server you are running for. Here, if you want to use Apache Lightspeed, they are using almost the same code. I'm showing you this because I will go deeper in this presentation. Here is how Nginx works. And if we want to go and see how IISS works, it's something similar to XML. But the question maybe some of you are asking for, why do SEOs have to know about web servers? Do you know, people, hands up or not, how to improve a server to make a good performance of SEO? Now I got you. Well, first of all, you can improve your PPO. How can you do it? Sorry, I moved a lot. You can do it with the cache. You can do it with HTTP. For example, you can set the protocol HTTP2, HTTP3, the lower, I mean the highest, the faster, easy. You can make the compression. For example, you can use gzip or the best one broadly. And we can do early hints. Now we are talking just for SEO, so early hints doesn't work by Google, but early hints just send you the file before even the HTTP works. HTML. Well, so what can we do to make improvement of BPO? For example, with the server, we can make switch between mobile version and desktop version. This is called adaptive version. The people used to mix adaptive with responsive. Adaptive send you a different HTML depending of your device. For example, we can check here with Booking that if you enter with desktop and you change the size to a mobile version, we can see an ugly HTML file. But it doesn't work like this in a mobile phone. If we enter in a mobile phone, we can check, we can check that for mobile version is working, but we have a pretty ugly HTML here in desktop version. That's because we just run the HTML we want for our device. The other thing we can do with the servers, the web servers, we can set and we can change the HTTP response in any file, any resource we want in our website. As SEO, the most of you know the 400, the 500, so I will not go deeper on this. You can ask me later if you want. But I'm going to show you some tricks with this. Well, first of all, it's about how to make redirection. I recommend you to make the redirections always in the server. If you don't do it in the server, you can do it wherever you want. but do it always in the same place, because if not, migrations are just a headache. So if you do it with servers, you can improve, you can use regex, and you can do whatever you want. And we have here a different thing we can make with the servers that are, well, I call them indirections, are just internal redirects. What does it mean? It doesn't show a different response code. It shows a 200 response code. But we can make a switch in our website. It doesn't matter what CMS we are running for, what framework we are running for. We can say, okay, the file we should be running in this URL, we are going to run this in this other URL. For example, it's so similar if you use WordPress or anything similar, that the people who make a plugin changing the BP login or these things, we can change the place we are running this for. So it doesn't matter if our CMS has limits, because we can go deeper from that limits. Another thing, we can, for example, make any different response code we want in different URLs. I will tell you how can we take advantage of this later. And that's my favorite things. We can do things with with user agents. What thing we can do it for? For example, we can run a website at different versions. We can do, for example, A/B testing, and we can do the A/B testing. For example, make just like the 500%, like the 50% run one version of the website, and the other 50% run another version. But we can make a code saying, okay, if you're running this user agent, I want just always this version, and this other version. So for A/B testing is awesome. And we can do also, like, for example, block specific user agents. For me, this is the right version to block a user agent, not the robot.txt. Because with the robot.txt, we know all the tools have the version of ignore robot.txt, and it's easier. But we can block the user agent and say, no, you don't enter here. This cannot be avoided. The only way to avoid it is changing the user agent. And here we can see, for example, if I have this version in brightonSEO, for example, I can do it with Google, I can do it with whatever I want. I can say, no, okay, all the website is going to run at 503 because I'm making some changes in production. Don't do it, never again. But if you do it, you can say, okay, if I'm brightonSEO and I change my user agent to brightonSEO, I can have a 200 response code. So I can make all the changes I want and I will see the right version. Another thing we can make, we can run password and say, okay, if you want to enter here, you have to run a password. For me, this is another way to authenticate. So if you are running a common CMS, saying WordPress, Drupal, I don't know, PrestaShop, you can do it like, if you enter to my login, okay, you can enter to my login, but you have to make this user and password before. It's also the best way to make a development version of a website. So if you are running it in, I don't know how to say this, in production, and you have another version, you never have to make the no index, you never have to do it with robots.txt. You have to set by user agent, by, for example, the login and password, and Google will crawl it at 400, so it will not index, it will not crawl. We can also make the IP, but in my experience, the IP version is kind of difficult unless all the company we are running for is using the same VPN. Because finally, some of the people use dynamic IPs, they use VPN to check different settings, so it's not my favorite version to block access. Sorry, I'm going so faster, but I didn't have that many time. I will tell you another funny thing. Don't kick me from here because I'm not going to show you Black Hat, but I want to show you that you can make cloaking. And you can make cloaking with the servers. But I will tell you something. Not all the cloaking is bad. There are some allowed cloaking. Well, the point of Google is, if we allow it, it's not cloaking, but indeed it's cloaking. So, for example, if we are running over 18, here in this hour we are over 18, everybody. If we are running an over 18 website, for example, that we are running, I don't know, porn site, we are running drink sites, don't kick me please, we can and we should show a different version to Google than to our users. That's what cloaking is. So for example, if we are running a EdgeGate, the classic version, like anybody here jumps any times in their life, like saying, yeah, I know everything. you shouldn't show it to Googlebot, and you can do it by the server. And I will show you, my favorite thing, a thing I want to test with you. I don't know if you know it, but it's a funny point, because it's not that Google just say it's okay. It's in their documentation that, for example, you can improve the CTR of your Google image. How? You can make the people to enter in the website just to download the picture. How can we do it? We just fake the picture. How? We can avoid the whole linking to Google and saying to Google, hey, you cannot post my image, my full image, in Google Image. I will show you, for example, one company who do it, BBC, and you can check right now on your mobile phone, for example, underground London map. If you set right now in Google Image, I finished in first position in the most of you can check it, and from Google Image, if you want to download it, it's gonna be a hub, I don't know if I can say this, a kind of shit version. I mean, you want to see it, but you cannot read it properly. You cannot set all the map version, you cannot say, or you cannot see what the station do you want to go for. And if you want to download the full map, you have to enter in the website, running their ads, and then you can download it. So for every website who needs to run ads and have their own image that they develop, for example, statistics, maps, whatever, here we have a picture. Sorry, I have to move. 14 kilobytes, no quality. But if you enter in their website and you want to download, you have 3.2 megabytes. I wouldn't recommend to do it like this in all the website like this, but we have a huge and full map. Sorry, I couldn't go for the white line. We have a full map, and if we want to go there and download, we have all the screen. How can we do it? Just we avoid the whole linking. Whole linking is something like, for example, in my website, I could run pictures from BBC, I could run pictures from New York Times, and I will post just the URL and put it in my website. But we can avoid this. We can use our servers to tell them, if our images are running in a server or in a domain different than mine, you can make a redirection, you can make 404, you can switch to any different image, for example, say me like this, you can do whatever. In the case of Google, we use a kind of funny response code, 204. 204 means success, it's not a 404, but no content. The people here didn't let me to put that kind of long text, but I could avoid this restriction. I like to avoid restrictions with a quote. It's not text, it's a quote. So here we have our 200 things, and saying by Google, this behavior isn't considered as image cloaking. As I told you, if they think this cloaking is legal, it's not cloaking, it's cloaking. And we can do another thing, X robot tags. For example, we can set the index, the follow, all the meta tags we want, so we can imagine, for example, at hreflang, whatever we want, we can do it by our servers. So what is for? For example, we have a restricted CMS. For example, we have a university website, and we allow to our alumni, students, to upload their PDF. We can allow them, we can index them, but we don't want them to be followed. As default, the PDF are going to be followed. We cannot set the HTML tags in a PDF, so we can set in our server saying, no, I don't want this follow. We can make some funny combination with this. I'm going to ask you later, I have 6 minutes, so I don't know if they will allow me to question and answer. But in conclusion, why is it useful to know servers about, sorry, I don't know how to read. So why is it useful to know about servers for SEO? Well, it's funny, we can improve the BBO, we can run whatever we want in headers, for example, no index, we can make whatever we want, we can make internet redirect, we can block access, we can make meta tags. So what our server can make for us? It's just that we can make whatever strategy we want, and it doesn't matter what restriction our CMS has. Well, I will say that's for any website. I'm not 100% being honest with you. If we are running, for example, Shopify or we are running a website where we don't have the control of the server, of course we cannot avoid the restriction. But all the servers, we have our own hosting, we have our own software, we can make whatever we want with our things. I have time, so no, thank you for your attention.
Monthly reporting making you want to shove sharp things up your nose? Try Dragon Metrics, the all-in-one SEO software with mind-blowing reporting tools.